Sidney Murphy nearly got a glove under it for the out, but couldn't quite get there. But what I was going with that is we got two Region 14 champions in basketball as the Lady Cardinals and the men Cardinals both win the Region 14 basketball tournament championship.
1 week ago today.
1 week ago today. Guys are headed to Hutchinson, Kansas. Ladies are headed to Lake Charles, Louisiana, play in the national tournament.
Good luck to Coach Ivy and her squad, Coach Heyer and his squad.
Yeah.
Going to be a fun week or so, week and a half. The men will play their first game. Is that on Tuesday?
I believe that's correct.
I got to double check.
I don't know.
And a lot of things moving. A lot of parts moving right now.
A lot of things happening here at the Valley. And we just got a confirmation the guys' first game is on Tuesday this next week.
So it will be a Tuesday tip. Looking forward to that. Full count here, big pitch.
A swing and a miss, strikeout.
That's a big one there. Sends Goldberg down.
Goldberg goes down on strikes. Vargas picks up her first strikeout of the day. And that brings up Esmeralda Soto, shortstop.
Soto hitting 384 on the year.
Fouls that one out of play off the right side.
Scored 32 times with 33 hits out of her 86 official at-bats.
Little off speed pitch there.
That's a pretty good spot.
Yeah.
Just missing. So Esmeralda, the shortstop.
So one out here in the top of the second. Cardinals lead at 1-0. That pitch is inside for a strike.
Yeah, found that inside corner.
Yeah, nice job there by Dominique Vargas finding that inside corner. So she's up in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes here.
Cindy did a good job just to frame that up and hold it right there.
Tried to get her to chase that outside pitch, no luck. So 2-2 the count. Runners on first and second for the Cardinals. Excuse me, for the Dragons.
Soto's got 27 RBIs on the year.
Pops that one up. Down. Wainwright's going to be right there to make the out. Catches that one in foul territory for out number 2.
Allie over there to smother that one. Great job by the first baseman coming up strong. Quickly 2 away here.
Yeah, and that's going to bring J.C. Ornalis to the plate for the Dragons. She's the DP today, designated player.
See if they can't get out of this after putting on first 2 runners on. That'd be huge for Dominic.
Yeah, it would.
Cardinals.
Yeah, he started off facing the number 4 and 5 batters in the lineup, and they're at second and first base respectively. That pitch is fouled off for a 1-1 count on Ornalis.
Catching my book up, Tom. 1 ball, 1 strike.
That one's out of play as well.
GPS tracking your truck is okay over there. Just keeping an eye on it for you.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
Good teammate. Good teammate.
You bet.
They're going to have to hit one of ways to get to your truck.
Yeah.
You're committed to the hike.
Yeah.
You will. Uh-oh.
That ball is hit out of play down the right side again. Hits off a post and comes back into play. I was going to
say, that took a weird hop back onto the course. Yeah. Looked like one of my golf shots. Ends up all out of the fairway, hits something.
Speaking of, I got to go play Thursday.
How'd you do?
Well, I got to go play. Yeah. First time I had played golf.
That's why we're good friends, because we play about the same game.
Yeah.
How was it? Was it great?
Oh, yeah, I had a great time. The ball's over the head of Sidney Murphy, comes all the way to the backstop.
Wow.
Everybody advances.
That's a big one here. 2 runs in scoring position.
Yep. 2 outs. 2-2 count. So deuces are wild on the scoreboard out there. Well, I told the gentleman that I was playing with first tee, I hit a pretty good drive off the first tee. I said, okay, I can go home. That ball's lifted in the air into left field. Emily Stapp coming in, makes the catch for out number 3. So the Cardinals get out of this one. No harm as far as runs, still leading at 1-0. We'll be right back on the Cardinal Sports Network.
For legal
that one
we can't say
was
an
dangerous.
egg McMuffin is a hangover cure. But it probably wouldn't hurt to have one delivered. Just putting it out there. Order McDelivery in the app.
Push me and then just touch me till I can get my satisfaction.
Would you look at that?
It's beautiful.
Wow.
That's our boy.
So proud.
Get 2 breakfast sandwiches like a sausage McMuffin with egg or a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit for just $5.
And we are back here at WP Rip Drumgoole Field as Emily Stapp leads off for the Cardinals. She made that final out in the top of the second.
Yeah,
she
great,
caught that
great
ball
cover.
in left field there. Had to come in for it, and we were concerned that she and Kenzie Hess might have had a collision there, but they avoided each other.
She had a long way to go to get to that one.
And she's down in the count.
Fultz is coming out and dealing here. Haddison is working strong. See what Emily can do here.
Ooh, called third strike.
That's her 3rd strikeout of the afternoon here.
Yep.
Number 10, Cameron.
Out of the 4 outs they've gotten, got a pop up to left and 3 strikeouts.
Looking here at these stats, though, Addison Fools 54 strikeouts on the season. So,
Yeah, she's
she doesn't play around out there.
her leading strikeout
So
artist.
Cameron Messick at the plate. She little check swing fouled off the left side.
See if Cameron can get something going here with 1 down.
So Cameron comes in batting .530 on the season. Hits that one foul down the first baseline, out of play.
Down 0-2 in the count here, so Cameron going to have to get something working here in the positive. Trinity Valley already making a mark here in the first, bottom of the first, getting 1 across, trying to do more of the same in the second.
Pitch is outside, ball 1. They tried to get her to chase, and she said, no, I'm not going to do that.
Well, it's a pretty good location so far. She's working around, moving that strike zone. Evened her up there. Good job by Cameron.
Yeah, Cameron has 13 bases on ball. That ball's popped out to the shortstop for out number 2.
Just got her off the end of the bat there, and those little knuckleballers to shortstop.
Yep.
Number 23.
That brings up Kenzie Hess,
Hess.
shortstop for the Cardinals. Kenzie comes in batting .348 on the season. Fouls that first pitch off. Going to get out of play into the stands.
Collective sigh.
I think that was right behind Ms. Beth Rogers there.
Might have got her in the shoulder.
Yeah, hit her in the shoulder.
And like always, Miss Rogers just smiling. She's
Yeah.
just smiling through it. One of the sweetest ladies you'll meet.
That was fouled off a little harder over the right side, out of play. So Kenzie's down in the count here, 0-2. Pitch is a little low and outside. Ball 1.
That one she sent over the first base dugout hit the peak of the structure beyond the dugout, and it caromed way up the hill.
That one's hit down the right field line. I believe it's going to get out of play. It does. So count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes here on Kinsey. 2 outs in the inning, no runners on. So Kinsey trying to get something started for the Cardinals here.
Ortiz on deck. They can get Kinsey aboard here.
That's hit to the third baseman. Cross to first base for out number 3, and that'll do it for the Cardinals here. They don't put anything up on the board. Still lead it 1-0 as we go to the top of the 3rd inning here on the Cardinal Sports Network. And welcome back to the Cardinal Sports Network. I'm Tom Sheeran. I'm joined by Mr. Tim Howard as we're bringing you Cardinal softball today.
Beautiful day for it today, man.
Yeah, it is a great day for softball here in Athens, Texas.
As long as that wind continues to just blow gently and keep a nice gentle breeze.
Calendar-wise, we are barely into spring. Temperature-wise, we are early summer.
I was going to say, this is early Texas.
Yeah.
It's just going to warm up. You know, I saw something interesting. Friday and Sunday could be record days.
Yeah, you're right. I saw
today,
that as well.
Today, probably not, because it's hit triple digits before. Big pitch, nicely done. Swing and a miss.
So Krista Coy is the leadoff batter here for the Dragons in the top of the 3rd. They trail the Trinity Valley 1-0. 1-1 count here, Krista. Make that a 1-2 count on Krista. She swings and misses. So Dominique Vargas in the circle today.
Really want to finish off this 9 spot in the order before you head back to the top. Get that first out of the inning here. It'd be huge.
Swing and a miss, strikeout.
That's awesome there from Vargas. Dominic.
So they fulfilled your wish there, Tim. And
I'm thrilled.
The number 9 batter in the lineup is the first out here at the top of the 3rd. So that brings us back to the top in Brandy Phillips. That first pitch is right back to Vargas. Over to Wainwright. Wainwright barely got her glove underneath that one for out number 2.
Way to hang over there by Allie. We mentioned the national tournament, men and women both in that. The men are actually going to play Monday at 5:30. That's going to change, and they'll play Monday at 5:30 for that. So women will play Friday at 4:45. They start later in the week, and we'll finish next Tuesday, Wednesday.
So Peyton Peck at the plate for the Dragons takes first pitch for a strike. 2 outs here, no runners on. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Little off-speed pitch there from Dominique Vargas.
Yeah, that had the lean all the way on it. Way out in front.
Riser couldn't get her to chase.
Good job to lay off of that there by Peck, who's hitting .337. Of course, batting in that 2 spot.
Hits that one foul down the left side. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 outs here.
See if Dominic can put the Dominator
Yeah.
cape on here and shut them down. Top of the 3rd.
Thought about it.
I'm going to see if I can get her to go after that.
So 2-2 with 2 outs. Let's see what Vargas offers up to her. Blue says it must have been a little inside. That draws a full count at 3-2.
Both sides were like, ooh.
Yeah.
Was
I think if
sigh of
you're
relief.
wearing yellow jerseys, you're going, yeah, it's a sigh of relief. There's a swing and a miss for strikeout, and the 3rd out of the inning. So Dominique Vargas is showing that dominance again, Tim. We
She's
saw earlier in the
good.
season.
She's doing her thing.
So the Cardinals lead it 1-0 right here on the Cardinal Sports Network. And we're back to the top of the lineup for the Cardinals. Alexis Ortiz leads it off here in the bottom of the 3rd. First pitch is outside, ball 1.
Started the bottom of the 1st with that triple.
Yeah.
And would later
She
score.
scored the only run for the Cardinals. They lead it 1-0 here. Pitch is in for strike 1. So 1-1 count on Alexis. Pops that one up on the right side. Second baseman's going to be there to make the catch for out number 1.
Just got her fisted her there. So Bilderback coming into the box.
So
with
Taylor
number-
Bilderback comes to the plate. Number 4, he's a freshman out of McKinney, Texas.
So far, we got a nice little pitcher's duel between
Yeah, we
us.
do.
Both these offenses have been very proficient over the course of the year, but not a lot to show here through the first 3 innings.
Pitch number 2 is in there for strike number 1. So we mentioned earlier in the first inning, Tim, you mentioned about Taylor playing in right field. We've seen some spectacular plays by her defensively. That ball's hit on the ground, left side, foul.
But she really has a great range out there defensively. I mean,
Yeah.
we've seen her over the shoulder, into the wall, come up on a short hop, gun a player at the plate from time to time.
Yeah, last weekend against Western Texas, she made a diving catch. It was out of actually a foul ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, made a diving catch for the out. We saw her earlier in the season, ball over the shoulder, running towards the fence, makes the catch. Counts evened up here, 2-2.
It's one of those things you just sometimes take for granted when you see it over and over and over again. She's just full of excellence. That'll miss 3-2 now.
So Taylor's got to protect the plate here. And Haddison Fools is going to try to put one in there for a strike, but not something that could be handled. That's high for ball 4. The Bilderback takes her base.
Great effort there from Taylor. Just worked the count, was patient. Got a couple of good cuts.
So Allie Wainwright comes in. First baseman for the Cardinals. So runner on with 1 out.
Boy, Allie's dangerous.
Yeah.
Took something off there, missing outside.
Got Sydney Murphy in the on-deck circle.
Allie can hurt you with the long ball herself.
Yes,
We've
she
talked
can.
about her prowess.
That pitch is low for ball 2.
Fultz, I believe, is being pretty careful with her.
Yeah, so Wainwright's got 10 home runs on the season, 51 RBIs. Could take it to 53 with a swing of the bat. And that ball's down.
Hustling in.
Yeah.
Bilderback getting down into a would-be throw that never came.
Yeah, so Bilderback takes advantage of the errant pitch. So Wainwright ahead in the count, takes that one for strike 1. So 3-1 count here. Cardinals got a runner in scoring position and Taylor Bilderback standing on second base. That's outside for ball 4.
So they're at first and second. Only 1 out.
Now batting.
So Fultz has struggled with these first 2 batters.
Sydney.
That brings up Sydney Murphy, the catcher.
Let's see if Sydney can.
Sydney had a
pay.
single in the first inning for the Cardinals. Let's see if she can do it again. That pitch is in for strike.
They were making her work there. It looked like she had that take on after a, like you said, kind of just not real sharp here to start this inning. Got 1 out though, and 0-1 here.
Pitch is low for a ball.
One thing about Sydney being a catcher, she knows that strike zone pretty well.
Yep. Certainly should. Fouls that one off. Out of play.
Took something off that one. Sydney took it off the top of the mobile command center over there. Kind of hit the steel and took a weird hop.
That ball's hit on the ground on the left side. Foul. So the count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes here on Sydney Murphy. Runners on first and second for the Cardinals. 1 out in the inning.
If Sydney can come through, really make them pay here.
Yeah, I would imagine. You would think a base hit here would score a run with Bilderback at second. Watches that one come in high.
Great eye. Split second decision,
Yeah,
too.
it was. She cocked that bat ready to go and then said, nope, it's not there. I'm not going to swing. Strikeout number 2.
Pretty good spot there from Fultz.
Yeah, caught that outside corner of the plate. That's going to bring up Clarissa Valdez, a designated player. Clarissa had a single in the first inning. Clarissa is a sophomore out of Corpus Christi, Texas.
Needless to say, a pretty big spot early in this game here.
Yes, it
You're already in
is.
the third.
Yep.
Chance to add to a 1-0 advantage.
That's hit foul on the left side. So 1-1 count here on Valdez. That's in there for a ball. So a 2 balls, 1 strike. Runners on first and second. 2 outs here in the inning. That's outside. That runs it to 3-1.
Valdez Just being very deliberate there at the plate. Has 5 base on balls on the year.
She hits that one. That's going to be in the right field for the third out. I didn't see exactly where that ball was going, Tim. Yeah.
Kind of got
So the
under.
Cardinals leave 2 on base there, come up empty here in the bottom of the third. They still lead it 1-0. We'll be right back on the Cardinal Sports Network.
Each McDonald's crispy, juicy, tender chicken sandwich comes with juicy pickles. Although some may prefer to remove them, we don't understand you. But we respect you. McDonald's crispy chicken sandwich. Order ahead on the app.
We gave it headlamps that shine through the darkest days. It has an engine that can take us farther than ever before. Its truck bed has the capacity to carry the weight of the world. And its color can change everything. Because when called upon, this Ram is the only truck built to serve the greater good.
At Trinity Valley Community College, we provide more than just an education. We provide a place for students to connect and grow. We are the home of champions. We are TVCC.
And welcome back to the Cardinal Sports Network. It is a beautiful day here in Athens, Texas. Cardinals lead the Dragons of Paris 1-0 as we go to the top of the 4th inning. And leading off for the Dragons, number 23, Grace McDonald.
Yeah, 3, 4, 5 spots in the lineup.
Yeah, got to be careful here, Tim.
Yes, see how they get going here.
That first pitch is in for a strike from Dominique Vargas.
0-1 the count.
So Vargas finished off the top of the third with 2 strikeouts. And that pitch is in for strike number 2 here to McDonald.
0-2. This is a big spot here, man. And you come out and mow down the 3 spot. Of course, Grace says, I'm going to have something to say about that. Lays off that pitch.
Yeah. So if you're Vargas out there in the circle, you get up that 2-0 count or 0-2 count. So you got a little playroom there. There's a swing and a miss for another strikeout from Dominique Vargas.
That's a great way to start the 4th.
I'm telling you.
Take the 3.
That's going to bring up Isabella Jeter, number 27.
Because we mentioned the power behind her.
Yeah, she hit a double in her first at bat in the 2nd inning. Swing and a miss on the first pitch from Vargas. Oh.
Yeah, Dominic, she's living
getting,
up to the name.
She's getting ahead in the count on these batters of the Dragons here.
Taking a real initiative here. Getting out front.
You know, I would imagine if you're Coach Ratliff, you're going, yes, that's exactly what I want. You're up by 1 run, and so if your pitcher is starting to dominate, that's got to make you feel better.
It's definitely going to feel better in that.
And it will definitely make you feel better if it winds up a 1-0 game.
I'm telling you that. Both.
And I couldn't imagine these 2 teams playing to a 1-0 game, but you never know what may happen.
Yeah, I mean both pitchers doing a great job here.
Yeah, they are.
Dominic barely missing there. Fultz has done a great job out there in the circle for the Dragons. 2-1 the count.
That one's popped up right side into right field. Builder back there to make the catch for out number 2.
We talked about Taylor last inning at the plate. Got a chance to see her routine over there for her out in right field.
So that brings up Christy McGuire. She carries the big stick for the Dragons.
Yeah, if you missed it, her first plate appearance, we talked about those 22 dingers on the year.
Pitch is inside, ball 1.
McGuire plays right field for the Dragons.
That pitch is low, ball 2.
And, you know, it's one thing to say 22 home runs, but then word gets out about that, right? And so you start thinking about she's not seeing a lot of great pitches to work with.
She's not going to see a lot of great pitches unless it's just an absolute mistake.
Yeah, that was one there. Got under it. Should be playable.
Emily Stapp coming in, makes the catch in left field for out number 3. A 1-2-3 inning there as the Dragons go down. Trinity Valley still leads at 1-0. We'll be right back on the Cardinal Sports Network.
Well, they got away with one there. That was right
they're not talking
over the fat part of the plate.
Just you all the time, like they do rodeo athletes. You know, it's the Wright family. You know, the Wright brothers.
I don't really look at it as we're legendary, but it's kind of unreal what we do and what we get to do. You know, the things we've done and hopefully continue to do. I guess you could say it is legendary.
Look at that. 5 glorious inches of Whataburger. Fresh 100% beef stacked high with melted cheese and fresh cut veggies. But what if it's too much fresh beef? Stacked too high with too much melted cheese and too many fresh cut veggies? Well, we have a 4-inch burger like a lot of other places. We just call it a junior. Good thing there's a burger made just for you. Good thing there's Whataburger.
And welcome back. We are in the bottom of the 4th inning. Maddie Mendoza leading off for the Cardinals. That pitch is outside, ball 1. Maddie struck out in her first appearance back in the 1st inning.
Tom, this feels like a very pivotal point in this game. If the Cards can push across a couple here, man, it would just...
Oh, it would. It'd be nice.
It'd change the dynamic.
It really would. I can't help but believe that Haddison Fultz may be struggling just a little bit. I haven't seen very many strikes here in the last couple innings from her. That was fouled off by Maddie.
Throwing a lot of pitches too, so you wonder about the wear and tear, the fatigue factor on a hot day like today. It is a hot day,
yep.
So both these pitchers got to really stay hydrated and ready to go in that in between.
So she's behind in the count, 3-1. So Maddie is a freshman from Buda, Texas. Benny Rogers, our good buddy, says that's a good sign right there when you see that FR. That's hit on the ground, gets past the shortstop into left center field.
Nice.
And Maddie is standing on first base with a single.
Great hit there from Maddie. They were really playing her to pull, and that was a long way to go for the shortstop. She could not get there on that lace. So Esmeralda gave it chase, but not able to.
So Emily Stapp comes up. Emily was a strikeout victim in her first appearance in the 2nd inning.
Looks like we're going to get a runner here. Coach is out doing the honors.
A courtesy runner at first base for Maddie.
And trying to get a number for you. We'll give that to you momentarily. I believe that's
25.
Is that 25? I was like 23. I believe that is Wilkinson.
Yeah.
Number 25, Kiki Wilkinson.
So Wilkinson on.
So Emily Stapp steps in. Tries to lay down the bunt, fouls it off right back towards me.
Yeah, I saw you had called for a catch on it, and I was like, I don't know if that's going to help, but fortunately the brick wall and net did.
Yes, it did.
Don't get me to laughing. I've got that old that old allergy laugh going today, and it's not pretty.
Lays down the bunt.
Great
Third
bunt.
baseman fields it over to first for the out, but she does her job in moving Kristen Wilkinson to second base.
Yeah, Wilkinson sprinting all the way, gets in easily. So the sacrifice by Stapp. And here comes Cameron.
Number 10, Cameron Messick.
So Cameron lined out to the shortstop back in the 2nd inning. She hits that one down the left field line, going to come in as a fair ball.
Great job there from Messick. Lines it into left.
That advances Wilkinson to third base. And that's what the Cardinals wanted. Got that runner here.
See what we're going to do here. A little quick stoppage of play. I think there's going to be a courtesy runner coming on, or a. We'll see. There's a meeting in the circle. The coach was already coming out.
So I don't know if Coach Ratliff was wanting to, telling Coach Segovia, hey, let's test the arm. We're only up by 1. But I'm the kind, I don't want that I don't want to out at the plate if I can avoid it.
Yeah, I think that might have been a little bit of the discussion. It was like, hey, did you feel like you had to throw the brakes on there? And they discussed it. Still only 1 out, runners at the corners here, but you're looking at Hess coming up and then the top of the lineup. So
yeah,
see what they do here.
Kinsey grounded out her first appearance. Squares around for the bunt. Nothing. The ball's into center field. They're going to send the runner, and she scores in Wilkinson. So Cardinals go up here 2-0.
Now they were trying to connect with the second baseman out there, and J.C. Ornelas, I don't know if she just didn't see it, but it got past her.
Yeah, Messick stole the base, and the throw from the catcher got all the way into center field, and Wilkinson came in to score. Hess fouls that one off, so a 1-1 count here. 1 out in the inning. Runner on second base. And Hess, in Messick. That ball is high and outside. So a 2-1 count here on Hess.
Just trying to get another RBI, 16 on the year coming in. Here's another look at.
Fouled that one off, just barely got a piece of it.
Yeah, got just enough. Evened up 2-2.
Yeah, so Hess has got 17 RBIs on the season.
See if she can add another one here.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Another insurance run. Pops that one up down the right side. I believe it's going to fall foul. It does.
That was a great spot for a foul ball if it's going to fall, because you're thinking, oh, man, we're going to get cheated out of an at-bat. That's what you think at the plate is, man, I did not get – and then that ball takes forever to land.
Yep.
But she's fortunate. Kinsey gets another crack at it here, 2-2.
That pitch is low and outside, so a full count on Kinsey Hess, 3-2.
Ortiz in the top of the lineup in the on-deck circle here.
That ball's hit foul the opposite direction down the left side. So count remains 3-2. Runner on second, 1 out in the inning. So you're in a position right here that unless there's a really bad base running error, there's not going to be a double play. That ball hits left field. I believe it's going to be out of play foul.
Yeah, she gave chase, and that one ends up over in the hitting cages. Top of the net down there. Big pitch here. Only 1 down in the inning.
And first base is open, so she fouls that one off out of play.
Great job by Hess.
Hess is hanging tough here at the plate for the Cardinals. But they have put up a run here in the bottom of the 4th to take a 2-0 lead on Paris. That ball's hit again down the right side. It's going to get out of play.
One of those spots where you're just like, man, if you're going to foul it off and, keep the at-bat alive, she's found it.
Yeah.
She has found it 3 of the 4 this at-bat. And the more times you see a pitch, it favors the batter.
Sure it does.
See how she does here?
We saw that a lot last year as the Cardinals Seemed like they had to bat around at least once before the bats came alive. That's popped up in the right field. Second baseman comes over and makes the catch for out number 2.
Nice job there by Jeter to shade the eyes, looking directly up in the sun.
So that takes us back to the top of the order with Alexis Ortiz, number 28. She had the big triple in the first inning and scored.
Let's see if she can deliver again here in the fourth.
Scored on that Allie Wainwright. She had a fly ball to left field and got the RBI.
Fault's missing down low there.
That ball's high and outside. That runs at 2-0. So Fultz is having some struggles here the last couple innings, Tim, trying to not getting the ball across the plate. These batters are taking her deep in the count.
They're definitely making her work. Now 3-0. Going back to the previous pitch before that one, a nice play from the catcher Gobert to keep it in front of her, go up the ladder and get it.
And there's a base on ball.
Here comes the Bilderback.
And that's going to bring up Taylor Bilderback, right fielder.
Number 6, Taylor Bilderback.
Taylor's 0 for 1. She struck out in the first inning and a base on balls in inning number 3. That pitch is in for strike.
Looked like Haddison there said, you know what, I just got to bear down and get ahead in the count. She, like you said, she's kind of been a little topsy-turvy over the last couple of innings.
That pitch is high for a ball. So 2 on, 2 out here. 1-1 count on Bilderback. That pitch is high for a ball.
Paris definitely doesn't want to face the player in the on-deck circle in Wainwright. You want to get out of it here.
And you know, Wainwright is due. She hasn't
been in a little mini slump.
That's hit into right field. McGuire drops it in fair territory. Huge mistake there. Wow, that's going to score the run.
Coach Segovia working his team there like we got to be moving on 2 outs. Well, that's huge. It does get 1 across, but the Cardinals probably should have scored 2 there as Messick scores, but Ortiz at third. Bilderback at second.
Allie Wainwright, as we just talked about, and maybe she heard me and take it. Say, yeah, Tom, I'm gonna tee off here.
Bad thing is I think they heard us as well. And
they
put on first.
Yeah.
The intentional walk.
Unintentional.
Yeah,
we got first base open, and you got Wainwright, so you're not going to give her anything to hit. Catcher set up outside.
She might as well be sitting on the set with us here.
Exactly. Yeah.
3-0.
Yeah, catcher's actually sitting directly behind the batter's box if you were a right-handed batter. So 4 pitches, Wainwright takes her base.
Big smile on Allie's face. She heard from Coach something. I wonder what she said to her, but big grin.
So Sydney Murphy comes up, bases loaded here, 2 outs in the inning. They've already scored 2 runs, up 3-0.
Sydney's taking a personal offense to that. It's part of the game, but you.
Yeah, if you're Sydney, you're thinking, man, just give me something. I'm going to show you. Yeah. You're gonna wish that you had pitched to Wainwright.
It's probably more for the force at any base, but any advantage you can get, right?
Exactly.
In your mind. 1-1. Nowhere to put Sydney, so they got to be careful here.
Sydney's bats in the number 4 spot, and there's a reason for that. Protects the plate real well. Batting .457 coming into today. Hits that one on the ground to the third baseman. She'll step on third for out number 3. The Dragons finally get out of the inning, but they give up 2 here as the Cardinals take a 3-0 lead. We'll be back with more Cardinal softball on the Cardinal Sports Network.
We are chasing a dream, one that tests our grit, our faith, our courage. This dream calls us. It unites us. Here's to those who lead this life.
At Trinity Valley Community College, we provide more than just an education. We provide a place for students to connect and grow. We are the home of champions. We are TVCC.
Welcome back to Cardinal Softball. I'm Tom Shurum, and I am joined with Mr. Tim Howard today. Tim, give me your thoughts so far on this game.
Man, it's been everything we thought. You know, both teams close. That last inning, that error by the right fielder, that's a tough play. You're looking up into the sun, and she's there, but boy, it was a big miscue because it cost Paris 2. Trinity Valley is up 3-0 as we go into the 5th.
Number 19, Casey.
So the catcher, Casey Gobert, leads off. Go ahead.
I was going to say, and this is the first of 2 today. So
yes, it is.
2 great programs.
Yep. Vargas's first pitch is high to Gobert, ball 1.
Gobert behind the plate. Jokingly said she was on the set with us last inning and she set up for that that intentional walk.
Yeah, she took the signal from the dugout well and with Allie Wainwright at the plate. As I described, she set up right behind the batter's box. If you were a right-handed batter, Wainwright bats from the left side of the plate. So, and all 4 pitches are right down the middle of the batter's box.
Faults hit it every time.
Yeah.
3-0 here to start, so trying to get that leadoff man aboard.
So Vargas falls behind here.
Yeah, Vargas needs a good shutdown inning here. Help her cause.
That's in for a strike.
Took a little something off there and just found the outside corner.
So I've got Vargas with 4 strikeouts on the day, but she loses Gobert there with ball 4.
Yeah, and that's going to get a conversation started in the circle there. I think Coach Ratliff's going to come out and say, hey, you know what? Way up 3. Let's just go back to work. Don't overthink it. Don't get overwhelmed. Let's just play ball. You've been dominant. In fact, you're doing a great job giving up no runs here, so let's just get back to work.
So I only show that they have 2 hits on the day, Dragons.
I was going to say, yeah, she's done a great job on that. I agree with you. She's got a walk here and a couple of hits there. That
was the 3rd walk that she's given up.
So Paris trying to get something going here with the shortstop, Esmeralda Soto. Soto is one of those players that's dangerous. You know, she comes in with that 384 average.
Yeah.
And
her first appearance, she flied out to Wainwright.
Got 8 doubles on the year, 4 triples, 4 home runs. She can get around the bases and got a little pop as well. So
yeah, I said she flied out. It was a little pop-up right down the first base line. Wainwright was right there to make the catch. That first pitch is hit in the air, center field. Going back to the wall is Messick. She makes the catch for out number 1.
That's a great job there by Dominic coming back and just going to work. Trusting her outfielders. Gives her the point there, and Messick gets the job done out in center.
I was a little worried there as Messick was watching and backing up towards the fence, and I thought surely it's not hit that hard.
Yeah, it didn't feel like it was, but it just kept carrying. Yeah. You're right.
So that brings J.C. Ornelas to the plate. She was a third out of the second inning as she flied out to left field. Annalie Stapp. That pitch is high. So Vargas down in the count, 2-0.
Yeah, big pitch here. You want to keep her at 2-1.
Shows the bunt sign, draws it back. Pitch is low.
Way ahead in the count. I think this woman points in the lineup. You got to say, hey, we're at the 8th spot in the lineup. I got to come back and get her right here. Just go to work. 3-0.
Showed the bunt again, took the pitch for strike one.
Vargas going back to work.
Pop that one out, foul. So a full count here on Ornelas.
Big pitch here.
One out in the inning. Runner on first for the Dragons. It's Casey Gobert standing at first. That pitch is in the ground for ball 4.
Lost the handle when it came out. I don't know if she caught it on her hip, but definitely not what she wanted there. So first and second.
We saw that last weekend in the Western Texas game. Haley Jaime was in the circle, and she hit her leg on a pitch. So runners on first and second for the Dragons.
So coming to the plate, number 3 looks like Jaden Scott.
Yeah, Jaden Scott's going to be the pinch batter for Krista Coy.
Jaden out of Buckeye, Arizona. I got a brother that lives out there, and son that spent about 4 years out there. So I know Buckeye well. Every time I visit, there's a new part of Buckeye. It just keeps growing and growing. It's everywhere you look, brand new.
First pitch is in as a strike there to Jaden.
Little interesting fact about Buckeye, actually bigger area than Phoenix.
Wow.
And it just continues to grow. That
pitch is low, ball 1.
1-1, big at bat here.
So is Buckeye right there at Phoenix?
Yeah, you can kind of drive in and out. It's the Surprise area where the Rangers are at.
Yeah.
Glendale. Oh boy. Working ourselves into a bind here. See if Dominic can fight her way out of it. Love
one out here, yeah.
Love the team there chatting with her, hollering across. Hey, we got you. Let's go.
One out, runners on first and second. Pitch is in for a strike, swinging strike. And that evens it at 2-2.
Yeah, I got to come back and get her here.
Fouls that one off into the Dragon dugout.
You talk about protecting the plate. Jaden did there, didn't she?
Yes,
She's
she
like,
did.
I'm not really sure on it. I'm not going to go down watching. Got enough to fight it off. Still 2-2. Got her teammates awake over there in that dugout too. Oh.
A little high. That runs it full, 3-2.
Can ill afford a walk here.
No, don't need a walk here. That'll load them up and back at the top of the lineup. And that's just what happened, Tim.
Oh, boy. Everybody expected the Dragons would not go down without a fight. Boy, they've come out fighting here in the fifth.
We're going to have a pitching change.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to go to Lozano.
Lozano's going to come in place of Dominique Vargas. So Vargas goes 4 1/3 innings here. leaves the bases loaded for Ella Lozano. Ella comes in with a 2.07 ERA, 3 wins on the season, 12 appearances. She's given up 24 hits, 9 runs, 8 earned runs.
The thing we've seen with Ella, she has, across the course of her career here, she's been able to step in some very crunch times and come through. Going to have to do it here with only 1 out and the bases juiced.
Well, if there's a positive to this, Tim, there's an out at any base.
Yep.
You know, with the bases being loaded. So, and I'm sure that Coach Ratliff there, that's what she was probably talking about with their infielders.
And she's also being reminded, hey guys, we're up 3. Let's get out of this with minimal damage.
All right.
You get a strikeout here, a double play here. Anything is still possible.
So if it's on the ground and you're Sydney Murphy, you got to be ready because you know that the ball's coming to the plate because you don't want to give up the run. That's going to bring Brandy Phillips, the leadoff batter for the Dragons, to the plate.
That lead run if they can.
That first pitch is outside, ball 1.
Phillips had a walk back in the first and grounded out to the pitcher in the third.
That pitch misses. So 2-0.
Oh, Ella got to relax a little bit in there and go get her.
That's strike 1.
That was a no-doubter. A little extra zip on that, too.
You mentioned about the crowd. Yeah, we got good crowds on both sides of the field today. That's strike 2. So 2-2 the count. People to our left didn't agree with that.
People to the right seem to like the call.
Yeah,
I don't.
Did. Yeah, they did. We've had spring break here this past week here in Athens, Tim. Athens ISD, where you're a part of. That ball's hit on the ground. That's going to be trouble.
Everybody's safe.
Everybody's safe.
Talk about a big hop. That was a crazy bounce. You talked about springing out and being ready at the plate. Murphy was ready, but it just was kind of in between spots.
Yeah.
Not sure, is Lozano going to grab that? Is that
Maddie Mendoza from third came in as well, but as you said, it took a big hop, took forever to come down. By the time it got down to somebody's hand, there was no place to go.
Yeah, Gobert scores from third, and they're still loaded.
Yep. So Peyton Peck comes to the plate, bases loaded, she just said. First pitch is a strike into her. Still only 1 out. So Cardinals got some work to do here.
Peck got on with that fielder's choice back in the first, struck out in the third.
Hits that one foul down the third baseline.
Way in front, 0-2. See if Ella can finish her off here. That would be massive.
Fouled out of play over the first base fence. So count remains, no balls, 2 strikes.
J.C. Ornelas at third, trying to come in here.
That's hit on the ground, right back to Ella. She's going to go to home. They're going to call her safe at first. I thought that they might have had the double play there, but they get the out at the plate.
Yeah, that was turned well because that was a slow.
It was kind of slow, yeah.
And she got her, goes 1-2 for the second out, and then down to first, but not in time. 2 outs.
Runners are still occupy all the bases. First pitch in there to number 23. That's Grace McDonald as a strike.
So now that's Scott at third, in for Coy. And at second is Phillips. On at first is Peck.
That's popped up. On the right side, Allie Wainwright there to make the catch for out number 3. So the Cardinals give up 1 run here in the top of the 5th. That's pretty good in the jam that they got themselves in. The Dragons leave bases loaded. Cardinals still lead 3-1 as we go to the bottom of the 5th here on the Cardinal Sports Network.
Find something you can hold on to. Find someone who'll be there for you. 'Cause that's all that really matters in the end. Find somewhere you can come home to. Find someone that'll die for you. 'Cause that's all that really matters in the end. It's love, love, find something you can hold on to. Find someone who'll be there for you. 'Cause that's all that really matters in the end. Find somewhere you can come home to.
And Clarissa Valdez is going to lead it off for the Cardinals here in the bottom of the 5th inning. They lead it 3-1 over the Parrish Dragons. You get a look there at the replay on the what we thought was a double play at first.
I think they would say tie goes to the runner. That was great,
yeah.
Great action that was captured there.
That ball's hit to the third baseman across the diamond to first for out number 1.
Valdez goes down 5-3.
That's going to bring up Maddie Mendoza.
For the Valley, number 9.
Maddie had a single her last time at bat in the 4th. Came around to score a run for the Cardinals.
No one's asked me, but I'd be okay if they do that again.
Would you be okay
I'd
with
be
that?
okay with
All
it,
right.
just for
that
the
ball's
record.
low inside for ball 1. Yeah, I'd be all right with that too, Tim.
Yeah, Paris gets one of the 2 back that they gave up in the 4th, trailing 3-1 here. So want to keep stacking some distance if you can.
Ball 2, a little high and outside. That one's on the outside corner for strike 1.
She needed that. Could Eola afford to go behind 3-0? Good spot there.
That ball's hit off the fist to the shortstop for out number 2. So a F6 for Maddie Mendoza. That's going to bring up Emily Stapp.
Batting for the Cardinals, number 4, Emily Stapp.
Important here for the Cardinals, get a little, base runner, buy some time. The last thing you want is to give up a run and then go 1, 2, 3.
Exactly.
So, see if they can get something going here. That should be.
That's going to be fall in for a base hit into center field. Emily's going to stretch it, try to stretch it into 2. We haven't seen a sign yet. It's safe at second base.
Wow. That was a gutsy play there from Emily, running hard all the way, and that's going to draw a conversation, I think, from Shelby Shelton coming out to talk to the umpire at second. Looking forward to getting a look at that here in a moment. But Emily hustling all the way. And
well, my question, Tim, have you ever seen without a replay or anything, the umpire go, oh, yeah, you're right. She was out.
As predicted, here comes the contractual obligation. Let me check with the home plate umpire.
I like the way you put that, contractual obligation.
They will talk it over. He's like, did you see anything from twice as far away that I didn't see right on top of it? That's a big play here. You go instead of first base with 2 outs, you get in under second. Now a base hit here, potentially RBIs. You're in scoring position here. Oh!
Oh, my goodness.
Overturned.
And that's going to bring up some
Here comes Coach.
questions here from Coach
Here's
Radley.
a look at it on the throw.
It's hard to tell there where the glove was at. The ball did beat her there. Ball's in the glove, sliding in. It's hard to tell whether the glove's on the leg or not.
I think that back in the truck they've got the 84-inch monitor. I'm looking at the small monitor. What do you see, Branson? Give us your. He's like, I'll do one better. Let's zoom in. Here we go. Let's look at it. Here. Oh yeah, that's a good call.
Yeah, good call. Good call. Yeah.
Wow, that will end the inning as the Cardinals are headed into the top of the sixth, and we're at a 3-1 ball game. So
we'll keep it right here. We won't be long. We'll be ready to start again. So.
I was going to say the Dragons are ready to go. Cardinals out, getting loose.
Yeah.
This has been a
Trinity
fun
Valley
game.
still leads at 3-1 here as we go to the top of the sixth inning. We had a little excitement there at second base. Emily Stapp tried to stretch that one into a double, and the great camera work by our guys showed that umpires were correct and that she was out at second base. So
that is a very rare thing. And I go back and I look and I'm thinking, the umpire just in a bad spot out in the field.
Yeah.
Because I think he had a pretty good look at it. And he's like,
well, if you're Coach Radley, if you do have an argument, okay, you're standing at home plate and you say she's out.
Exactly.
And the glove is on the other side of the runner's leg. So you can't really tell whether the glove is on the leg or not. The man in the field says she was safe. Anyway, here we go. Top of the sixth, leading off for the Dragons is Isabella Jeter.
I would agree with you, Tom. That's a very, very valid argument from Coach.
And that first pitch from Lozano's in for a strike.
Lozano coming out working here with a 0-1. Well,
Tim, did you watch any of the World Baseball Classic?
Boy, I did. That is so much fun when you think about it, because every pitch it felt like the World Series. You know, both teams were into it.
Exactly.
Half and half crowd and loud and just.
Yeah. Of course, USA came up a run short. That pitch is fouled off.
And you think back to that, the home run that tied it in the ninth, that's going to be like the forgotten home run.
Right.
Or because it all ends up being, they lost 3-2.
Yep. So a 1-2 count here on Jeter.
Oh,
strikeout.
About Lozano's energy afterwards, she's like, I got just what I wanted with that pitch.
Yeah.
Love the emotion. One out here in sixth.
So here comes up the big stick, Christy McGuire, the right fielder. Had the error in the previous inning or inning or two back, I believe now. But anyway, takes that first pitch, ball one. That error by McGuire cost the Dragons at least one, if not 2 runs. I don't remember exactly.
Ended up being two. Yeah. Big pitch here. That I wanted to say that last batter was a big pitch because she didn't want her coming up to the plate with a chance to tie it.
Exactly. Exactly.
And you know that McGuire is thinking about, man, I got to step up for my team here.
Right.
Kind of put them in the hole today.
Watches that one come across the outside corner for strike one. So a 2-1 count here on McGuire. Dragons still trail 3-1. Lozano thought that was a strike. People over here on the right side thought it was a strike.
I muted my mic.
Anyway, it is a 3-1 count here on McGuire. And again, you don't want to give her anything like that right there. Oh, but Maddie with the cross to Wainwright, out number 2.
Great job.
Nice job there by Maddie Mendoza. Had the hot shot.
Mendoza, we talked about, she'll flash the leather all day, any day.
That one came off her glove, came up and hit her in the chest, but she maintained control of it and got the throw across the diamond to Wainwright for out number 2. Nice job recovery there by Maddie Mendoza. So 2 outs here in the inning as Casey Gobert comes up, catcher. We got a timeout here.
Shelby Shelton coming up. She wants to talk to Blue. And 2 outs here in the top of the 6th.
So don't know what the discussion was there, but we're back to playing softball. 2 outs here in the top of the 6th inning. Trinity Valley leading 3-1. If you joined us late, Cardinals got off by getting 1 run in the first inning. And that pitch is a strike to Gobert.
Well, Lozano's got some fire in her.
Yeah.
In her eyes right now. Yeah, I got that 1 in the first and then 2 in the 4th.
Yep. And then gave up 1 at the top of the 5th.
How about that
pitch?
pitch?
Is strike 2.
Brings a zinger and then cuts it in half with that. Yikes.
That's hit on the ground, going to get through into center field. Messick fields it, gets it back into play. Back into the infield, I should say.
Gobert back on again. She scored back last inning. Got the only run of the day. Now she's on at first after that single.
So Esmeralda Soto comes to the plate. She's 0 for 2 on the day. Flied out to the first baseman and then flied out to center field. That one to center field was hit all the way back nearly against the wall.
Yeah, that was one of those grabs out there where Messick made us panic just a little bit. She just kept, I got it, I got it,
Yep.
I got it.
Yep.
Finally got it. It kept selling. Ball's traveling well today.
Yes, it is. That first pitch she fouled off for strike 1. That's the line over the head of the shortstop, Messick. Excuse me, Hess.
Man, oh man. Chance to help her on calls now. Here comes Haddison Faltz. She's going to bat here.
So Haddison's going to pinch hit for J.C. Ornelas.
Yeah, the flex coming in here. Haddison is stepping in with a 246 average, but has had some big moments in her season. Coach Bernhardt wanted to come talk to her pitcher, heading into the circle to do so. Kind of all hands on deck meeting here. Got 2 down, little reminders here.
And a reminder for all you folks that are with us today on the Cardinal Sports Network, when this game is finished, you'll have to log out and then log back in for game number 2. And we'll try to give you a prediction on time for that when this one ends. That one's scheduled to start at 3:30 today. We moved through this one fairly quick, Tim, so far. Been playing an hour and 35 minutes.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the Dragons go here with 2 outs. They've got the tying run at first base, so see if they're going to be aggressive. Cardinals would love to just shut it down at the plate here, pick up that 3rd out and be done with it.
Yeah. Dragons have left 5 runners on base today.
So Luis Salas going to get updated on what's happening out in the field. He keeps everything cracking over there with those books and numbers. Two down.
2 outs, 2 on. Haddison Fultz, first plate appearance today. The first pitch is in for a strike from Lozano.
Great spot. Outside corner of the plate. Made her have to reach out to get it in the strike zone. Nicely done.
So Haddison pitches right-handed, bats left-handed. Pitch number 2 is a strike. So Fultz is down in the count, 0-2. Lozano says, I do my best to take care of business right here at the plate. That's hit on the ground of the shortstop. Cross to Wainwright for out number 3, so no harm done here as the Cardinals able to get out of the inning, leading at 3-1. We'll be right back on the Cardinal Sports Network.
We gave it headlamps that shine through the darkest days. It has an engine that can take us farther than ever before. Its truck bed has the capacity to carry the weight of the world, and its color can change everything. Because when called upon, this Ram is the only truck built to serve the greater good.
Welcome back to the Cardinal Sports Network. Cardinal softball today. Cardinals lead the Paris Dragons 3-1 here. Bottom of the 6th inning. We just looked over here in the stands. We just got the finger pointed back to us from Coach Precious Ivy as her ladies won the Region 14 basketball championship, and they are headed to Lake Charles for the national tournament.
Man,
she decided she wanted to come out here and catch a little softball today.
I don't remember if it was you or Benny, but somebody she tried to break the internet the other day. She was everywhere with that picture of the net and just the party at Baytown.
That was a good picture, yeah.
So great.
So leading off here is Cameron Messick, and she fouls that pitch off. Down in the count now, 0-2.
Looking forward to seeing what the Lady Cardinals do at the national tournament, and then of course the men as well.
I tell you what, Tim, the way that the Lady Cardinals played the you and I were there.
Yeah.
Go all the way back to November. They beat the number 3 team in the nation in Three Rivers.
Yeah.
And then they go on a 20-0 run.
Yeah, they didn't lose for 2 months.
Yeah,
2.5 months.
Didn't lose till they made the trip to Kilgore and lost that one. That pitch is inside and low for a 2-2 count here on Messick.
And kind of vindicated themselves last weekend versus Kilgore.
Right.
For that opportunity to go to the national tournament next week.
That was hit on the ground to the first baseman. She steps on first for out number 1.
Good pop on it, but just right at her, so Cameron retired. Kinsey Hess, going to have a pinch hitter. As Coach Ratliff's talking to the umpire, looks like they're going to bring in McLean.
Lila McLean going to come in for Kinsey Hess bat.
Batting for your Cardinals, number 32, Lila McLean.
See what she can get going here with 1 out in the
So
bottom
Lila
of the 6th.
comes in batting .391 on the season.
Yeah, been
18 hits, 3 doubles.
Around that
12
400 mark
RBIs.
all year. Just dipped below it this last at bat.
Hits that one on the ground to the shortstop. Deep in the hole, across the base. He's going to be safe at first.
She's gonna beat that one out. Legged it out. The throw didn't help. And tried to get a swipe tag as she went by, but unsuccessful there. So Lila gets the job done. Infield hit.
That brings us back to the top of the order, and Alexis Ortiz.
And they're going to put in, I believe that's Kinsey going back in to run, number 23.
Yeah, Kinsey Hess is going to step back in and run.
Yeah, good view of it.
Good camera work, guys. Thank you all for your job that you do.
Excellent effort there by the first baseman. She knew I've only got one chance. That's to swipe her on the go-by, but could not do it.
So first pitch is a ball to Alexis.
Ortiz has been very active today. Scored in the first, stranded at
she had
third.
that triple.
Yeah,
fouls that one off out of play on the right side.
Triple to start the at-bats for the Cardinals.
Yeah.
Way back in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, that's where they got that first run of the game was Alexis hit the triple, and then Allie Wainwright had a fly out to left field for the RBI. That ball's hit into right. It's going to be right to the, not directly to the center fielder, a little bit towards right field, but she makes the catch for out number 1. Out number 2.
Now batting for the Cardinals.
First
Number 6, Taylor.
contact off the bat, I thought, man, that might be trouble, and then it just kind of died.
Yeah.
Big,
kind of hard to
big
tell.
gust.
It feels like the wind's blowing into us, but and if it is, then that's what made that ball hang up, I believe.
Yeah, because it sounded good. 2 down.
So Taylor Bilderback steps in. 2 outs here. Runner on first. Ball's on the ground for ball 1.
See if Taylor can get some 2-out magic going here.
Pitch is in for a strike. Catches the inside corner, just above the belt. Taylor fouls that one off, out of play. And umpire says, I've got to have some more of those big yellow things.
That's what we're calling them now, big yellow things. Those big yellow things.
Gotta have some more balls to play with there, guys.
Let me just interject. Those big yellow things can do a lot of damage to to the old car. I found out the hard way long time ago. I started backing in ever since.
That's called strike 3. Wow. Taylor thought that was outside. I thought it was outside, but anyway, it's a strikeout. Cardinals leave 1 on the bases. Remains 3-1 here as we go to the top of the 7th on the Cardinal Sports Network.
Let's go! The sports medicine experts from physician-owned Baylor Scott & White Texas Spine and Joint Hospital are excited to support another year of Trinity Valley Community College athletics. Achieve better health, better performance, and better results. We're focused on excellence every day for patients, athletes, and Cardinals.
At Trinity Valley Community College, we provide more than just an education. We provide a place for students to connect and grow. We are the home of champions. We are TVCC.
If you're just now joining us, you have missed a pretty good ball game here in this first one of the doubleheader today. The Cardinals hosting the Paris Dragons, leading the Dragons 3-1 as we go to the top of the 7th. It's the last opportunity here for the Dragons. They've got to get at least 2 across to stay in this thing.
Hey, going back to Taylor on that last pitch, I think she has an argument. I think she probably flushed it and now going, hey, we need 3 outs.
Yeah.
But Yeah, he
so
can't falter.
Jaden Scott's going to lead off for the Dragons here, starting the top of the 7th. First pitch is a little high and outside for ball 1. Ella Lozano still in the circle here. She came on in relief.
Scott came on her plate her last time up. Came on for.
That's fouled off.
Coy.
So 1-1 to count.
Was eventually stranded at third base when she came up in the 5th. Yeah, Cards can shut them down 1-2-3. This would be a nice win in game 1 of 2 today.
Little off-speed pitch in for a strike. Everybody to our left doesn't agree with that. Everybody to the right does.
Lozano, boy, she's been framing them up with that, keeping them off balance.
That one's outside, so a 2-2 count. Oh, Jaden Scott. Swing and a miss, strikeout, out number 1. Jaden Scott goes down.
Massive out 1 here in the top half of the 7th.
So that puts us back to the top of the order in Brandy Phillips.
It puts a lot of pressure on Phillips and Peck now as they're down 2 and they've got 2 outs to work with.
Yep. Phillips is 1-1 on the day. Single back in the 5th inning, drove in a run.
Had that base on balls to start the game off too.
Yeah. That first pitch was in for strike 1. That's hit on the ground to Hess at shortstop across to Wainwright for out number 2.
Wainwright sends it to Murph, and they'll work it around the horn. 2 outs here in the 7th.
And that's going to bring Peyton Peck up.
Down to their last opportunity here.
Peyton reached on a fielder's choice back in the 5th. Strike. Swinging, strike 1.
Ella has been dominant in the circle. She's doing a great job in relief.
That's a little outside.
Tried to get her to go out of the strike zone for that, but she lays off. Good piece of hitting there from Peyton. Patience, rather, from Peyton.
Right. So the Dragons down to their last out here. Little off-speed pitch. And that makes it a 1-2 count.
Boy, that is something. That's a
Ball
beautiful
looks like
pitch.
it's just floating up there, Tim. And I
Yeah.
guess it really is.
And that's always on the heels of something really fast and furious.
Hits that one on the ground. That's going to, oh! Messick, and then Ortiz gets a glove on it, but unable to get up and get the throw back across the first base.
Yeah, Peck gets that
So
infield
Pace
hit.
is going to get the infield hit.
Number 23, Grace McDonald.
So McDonald,
So Grace McDonald comes up here.
tying run coming to the
2
plate.
outs. Grace flew out to the shortstop, strikeout in the 4th inning, and then flew out to Wainwright at first base.
Coming on to run, number 16. It's going to be Madeline Welch.
So Madeline Welch comes on to run for the Dragons at first base. Grace McDonald at the plate. 2 outs.
Grace with an offer on the day.
Yep. Pitch 1 is a little low for ball.
And McDonald, 342 on the year, so very uncharacteristic from the 3 spot for her. Here's the 1-0.
That's hit. That's going to fall in for a base hit over the third baseman, Madeline Mendoza. So the Dragons got runners on first and second. 2 outs.
Tying run now at first base and winning or go-ahead run at the plate in Jeter.
Yep.
Little conference time here. Just reminding everyone, hey, there will be another runner coming on here for the Dragons. It's going to be number 4, Riley Rowland. I like the timeout. Just get the team together.
Yeah.
Remind each other.
Settle everybody down here. Hey, we got 2 outs. All we need is 1. Your Lozano, you're going to try to give her a pitch that she'll put on the ground, and remind everybody you gotta force it third if you choose to go that way.
Yeah, you got to be reminded here. You've got the cleanup hitter at the plate here.
That's right.
Be aware.
That is on the ground to the shortstop. She's going to go across to Wainwright at first for out number 3. And the Cardinals come out victorious in game number 1 as they take it 3-1 over the Paris Dragons. Tim, what's your thoughts here before we sign off?
Oh, man, great overall win, team win, 3-1. So you know everybody's got to be on point for that one. They manufacture a couple of runs and did the things you got to do defensively to get it done.
Yeah, it was. It was a good game. One of the better games that we've seen in regards to defensive play by both sides, with the exception of the error in right field by McGuire and the Dragons and allowing the 2 runs to score.
That's the difference.
That's the difference in the game here. And don't forget, folks, got to come back and join us. Usually it's about a 30-minute break in between games, so we'll probably be right on time at about 3:30 getting started with game number 2. Don't forget, you'll have to log off and log back in. So join us for game number 2 in just a little while right here on the Cardinal Sports Network.